smoke whatever I got. Smoke them if you got them, I guess.
You're musician, Steph. We never go this early, so there's a shitload of sun coming in the background. It's coming in the background. The sunshine is coming.
It's coming big, beautifully, and strong. I mean, like, I don't want to say anything, but I think I'm a pretty good comer. Comes very heavy. I shoot massive loads. They go all over the place. Particularly, I like them to go on the woman's face because it makes them look more beautiful, and cum has natural properties.
Maybe if I rotate my chair this way, it'll block out some of the sunlight that is protruding through the window pane. As we get cracking.
You know, I knew someone who was protruding through a certain Russian model. Me.
Wouldn't that be happen to be you, Mr. President?
That's how I was able to have Baron Trump. Baron, don't we love Baron? Baron's great.
Gotta love that little lad. He makes me so proud.
Beautiful Melania, you're a beautiful first lady. Popped out such a good-looking boy, let me tell you. And it just goes to show you at any age you can still pop one out.
Remember, he came from my balls, my great big balls, my great big American balls.
And just so you know, when I did it with Melania, when we made Baron, there was no Viagra involved. It all works naturally down there. Don't let the size of your hands, my hands particularly, fool you. I have a working Thor hammer.
I was swinging 4. She said you could go 4 or 5 more hours. I said 4 or 5 more hours. I could do 4 or 5 more years at this rate.
You were like my presidency for 8 years.
Fucking
8 years nonstop. Don't worry. I have all the servants ready for when you need your Gatorade and your water and your butt slaps. Don't worry. We're going to have it all figured out.
Speaking of Gatorade, H2O, Gatorade, H2O. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Now falsetto that. Layer it, triple it. Captain Insano, show no mercy.
Big Show made Tony Khan buy the rights to Captain Insano. Big Show will be Captain Insano in AEW.
That'll be fucking fire. That's some dope wrestling news. Where did you read that? What dirt sheets did you pick that up in?
NoDQ.com, wrestling.com, anything that goes with wrestling.com, fucking Dave Meltzer.
Soon to be wrestlingwithtime.com. Soon to be.
Fucking Paul White asked Tony Khan to buy the fucking Captain Insano gimmick, and Captain Insano's now in AEW. It's just a matter of time until the gimmick actually perfuels out in the real world.
That'll be fucking fire. Speaking of Paul White and the Giant, he actually makes an appearance tonight.
I thought about it, and I was like, why are we going to do that? That sounds something so stupid. But then I realized, I was like, you know what? That could be really fucking funny as shit.
Because when you're talking celebrities and wrestling, you got me.
Calling it every week.
Beat me to it.
As the water boy asking stupid questions, and just every week the Big Show's just hysterical laughing at him.
Or I was even going to say when we bring celebrities into wrestling.
They have Tony Schiavone, so they could do Tony Schiavone interviewing the Big Show.
Who did it in the movie, though? Wasn't it Kevin Kelly or something? Or was it just some
Kevin Kelly or fucking Michael P.S. Hayes? It was one of the two.
I don't think it was PSA. I don't think it was Hayes, but I feel like it was Kevin Kelly. Could be wrong. Might have just been some random nobody, to be honest. But I'd have to go back and look at it.
It could have been fucking Mark Madden for all I know.
But I'm thinking celebrities and wrestling, always been a thing. Maybe we could actually just bring fucking Adam Sandler into AEW for like a special celebrity guest spot for a little storyline. That'd be dope to open up the introduction.
Yeah.
But all right, we're gonna set it off. This is Wrestling with Time 17 Backlash 1999. What's up?
You have him come out as the water boy, and he goes, "Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am the water boy, and I would like to introduce to you Captain Insano.
He showed no mercy.
He showed no mercy."
But it's crazy because I had to look back, dude, and you said you thought Backlash 98 was the first Backlash. I think I did put Backlash 1998 on Wrestling with Time 12. It was actually Judgment Day 98 is what we reviewed initially, but it says Backlash on YouTube. I have to change it. But Backlash 99 was the first Backlash. This is Wrestling with Time 17. We're just going to do a run through of Backlash 99 in honor of Wrestlemania Backlash coming up in next week or something?
Hey.
Or whatever. So I just
TV, premium live event Saturday night. Kickoff show starts at 7 p.m.
Are they doing another 2-day pay-per-view again?
WrestleMania Backlash is only a day.
Oh, but they're doing it on Saturday instead of Sunday?
Every pay-per-view now is on a Saturday.
I guess that makes sense, but to me, it doesn't make sense because I feel like they're just trying to brand everything WrestleMania. Like, you can't have every pay-per-view WrestleMania Bash at the Beach
on Sunday because boxing was always on a Saturday. So they finally adopted the fucking whole thing with boxing doing their fights on Saturday. Same thing as UFC. UFC does their fight on Saturdays. So, and since AEW does their pay-per-view on Saturdays, WWE said, fuck it, we're doing our pay-per-views on Saturdays now.
Yeah.
And they actually get more people watching on Saturdays,
of course,
which is very good.
Because people are up a little bit later than on a Sunday night when people have to be up at 6 o'clock.
They're fucking looking to do something, and it's not a Sunday night to where everybody's sitting at home waiting for the Undertaker to come out at 11 o'clock at night before you got to go to bed, go to work in the morning. Yeah, no, sorry. You can do that on a Saturday night, and you could have John Cena come out at 12:30 in the morning, and you're all pissed drunk, and when John Cena comes out, oh my God! Everybody goes batshit insane.
No, but remember, bro, kids don't know who John Cena is anymore.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks.
I did enjoy that last episode of Stab. If y'all missed out and y'all wasn't there, you got to go over and check out on the channel or on any streaming service. Stab, Shit to Talk About, episode 11. We delve into everything from Gilbert Gottfried impersonations to the late great comedian from my co-host personally. Hit him.
Wow! If you want to know more, go to STTABSTD, whatever it is, and go over there and watch me entertain you for almost 40 minutes. My God, 40 minutes? Jesus, it felt like a long time. Sorry if you can't see my eyes. I have to squint when I talk.
It was like a fucking comedy special. And I actually went and watched Gilbert on Peacock TV. The documentary that came out a few years ago really helps you dive into the mind of the character and the human being, which was pretty dope. But
I want you all not to cry because I am dead, but I want you to go fuck everything that moves in honor of my memory.
And we will do just that, just for you, Gilbert.
And Bob Bagwell, I still need to know, was it that asshole Vince Russo that put your mother on a pole? Did he put it through her ass, or did he crucify her like Jesus?
Fucking speaking of Buff Daddy Bagwell, I ordered a Buff Bagwell hat today, and I think I told you a while back, off the record, on the record, might have been a show. I said, I think I'm going to be Buff Bagwell for Halloween, but now I got the final fucking top piece, literally, physically, metaphorically, literally, actually, the top hat, airbrushed Buff Bagwell, certificate of authentication and autographed, all included. But I ordered that today, so I got a Buff Daddy hat on the way. So I think Buff Bagwell.
You spent $200 on a Buff Daddy hat?
How much?
$200?
It was $150. But yes,
I was close.
Supporting
shipping and fees. Shipping and fees.
Nah, no shipping at all. Supporting somebody who's making a recovery. Supporting somebody who I grew up that I made great memories with and who had some of the most badass gear, including that fucking top hat. I get to add that onto the collection. Stone Cold's not just going to be fucking wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. Now he's going to have a fucking Buff Bagwell fucking hat on that fucking head. So makes it all worth it.
Tyler, I just want to know why that you don't have any of the governor's stuff on your wall. Hey, this Jesse Ventura, the governor of Minnesota. How come you don't have anything of mine up on the Valiant Wall over there? You know, I was in the Gulf of Tonkin, and I saw everything. I even saw little gray elves with Bob Backlund. He was swimming in the water with me. I don't know why, but he was there. But I just want to let you know, next time I come back on this show, you better have something about me up there. Maybe from the night that I wrestled Bob Backlund at the Philadelphia Spectrum for 45 minutes and it came to a draw.
Did he ever wrestle Hulk Hogan?
Oh, please don't get me started with Hogan. Hogan's going to cause up more heat than anything else.
I think I'm going to get some Hogan gear on my wall. Hogan's Beach
Hogan
House.
Was the reason why. Hogan was the reason why that I couldn't start a union in the WWF.
He went and snitched on you?
Because Hogan ran me out. And when I got to Hollywood, Hogan started ratting me out on that too. And every time I get involved with Hogan, he always stirs up the pot, and it never ends well. But more to the point, I sued Vince McMahon 3 times and beat him 3 times.
Really?
So when they say that Jeremy Devin, Vince's personal lawyer for almost 50 years, has never been beat, the governor has beat Vince McMahon in the legal system 3 times over royalties, my exit, and any money that I'm owed.
I didn't realize that. Excuse-moi.
The only reason why Vince had me back to referee that match with Stone Cold was because I was already running for governor, or I was already governor. I probably was governor at that time.
What match was that? Wait, what match was that?
The match with Stone Cold for the WWE title. It was at SummerSlam. I just can't tell you. Too many dark gray elves have been talking to me. I've probably swimming in the Gulf of Tonkin too long. But I got to get out of here. But just really quickly, I just want to let everybody know that I'm still off the grid. Okay, I live in Baja and up in Minnesota. I still have over 87 dogs that are trained by the Marines. Okay, I was a former Navy SEAL. I saw it all. And at my home up in fucking Minnesota, I got a silo that's full of tortillas and 100 gallons full of portable water. Okay, nobody knows that in 1968, President Nixon signed an agreement that tortillas can be able to survive a nuclear explosion and a nuclear fallout. Nobody knows that because you had to be in the Gulf of Tonkin to see it. But I need to get back to the Baja. So everybody, I wish you all good day. Please read my book, Democrats and Republicans. It's a good book. It kind of makes the theory that Crips and Bloods are just as powerful and just as stupid as politicians. I need to go now. Bye-bye.
We're still going to get that episode of Stab with full Jesse the Body Ventura character coming soon.
Jesse Ventura up in here. He fucking steals my spot. He takes 5 minutes. Fucking goddamn, Jesse. Well, you know, there's really nothing I can do. He's fucking 6'5". He's 290 pounds. He's fucking wearing a leather jacket. He's got a fucking Harley outside. I'm scared.
I'm hoping that for this episode, hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we will
Next time you get a celebrity appearance, let me know when they're going to take up my promo time, because that's valuable time now. We have to shave off the main event.
I'm hoping that we'll have our overlay by this time.
At least a half hour just for 10 or 15 Superman punches. Come on.
Come on, man. Fuck those Superman punches, man. Come on, man. How many Superman
Superman
punches are going to get? I thought I was
got to hit him with 30 of these. I mean, come on. You need at least 30 minutes. Each minute is a Superman punch, bro. It's the only way you're going to get Lesnar down.
Come on, man. I'm a super president. I should do Superman punches. Come on, man.
You know what, Vince? Fuck you. Fuck you, Vince. Get the fuck out of my garage. You're fired. Okay. Now I got Vince in here. All right, just continue the show before he hits us with a copyright.
All right, speaking of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, goddammit, we're going to move into the first match, and I declare this match, it is going to be the Brood versus the Acolytes. I didn't have a prediction for this one, motherfuckers, but shit, the winners were the Acolytes. This was shortly after they almost sacrificed Christian, damn it.
APA's going to win. This is the Hardys' official first run.
The Hardys weren't even here yet. It was just the Brood versus the Acolytes. They were going to sacrifice Christian.
Hold on. You need to be a little more specific on what Brood it is. You see, because some people would have taken it as Edge and Christian or the Hardys, only for the fact that this is around the time the Hardys would have came in.
I've never seen the Hardys as the Brood, though. Maybe I did, but it wasn't as prominent to me as Gangrel, Christian,
the new
Edge.
Brood. It was the new Brood.
Okay, well, this is 99. I don't know if the Hardys were here yet or they just came shortly after. Maybe they were here. When were they there? 98? 99?
In the WWE since like 96. They've been working WWE since they were like 16, 17.
Yeah, you're right.
But they didn't become an official tag team until like 98, 99 when they were recognized by WWE as real superstars.
Well, they got like fucking, an assist from Viscera. It was 1, 2, 3 Acolytes, but Brood, it was the first time I want to make a mention that I've never seen the Brood come out of fire. Like they were just standing there and they just walked straight out at Backlash. There was no fire entrance, and I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe the arena wasn't set up for it. Maybe the set wasn't staged for it properly.
They wasted too much money at that year's WrestleMania, so they didn't have enough money for pyro. It's plain and simple.
No, there was definitely pyro. There was Kane there with pyro.
Either that or Vince McMahon saw Cody Rhodes coming back to the WWE in 2022 and decided to waste up $100,000 with the pyro fucking this Monday night. I don't know what a fucking pyro. He comes out, boom! He gets to the middle of the fucking stage, boom!
Yeah.
Then he goes up to the ring, bang, 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 bang. And then he gets in the ring and more fucking pyro goes off. Vince McMahon saw the future. I could see why he didn't do the actual Brood entrance. It makes sense.
But I think the Brood's going to make the comeback. We spoke about it, bro. It's going to be men and women this time. Edge going to be the leader of it. What do you say? You think that they'll actually bring Gangrel back? Fanging and banging, baby? Nah, not a chance.
Bring Gangrel back. They could.
As the elder vampire.
I can see that happening. I can see Edge being, maybe not right away. I can see them bringing in Gangrel by like SummerSlam.
That'd be fire if they did. Since they fucking stole the shit last year. Like, hey, we stole it last year. This year we'll give you a job. Come on.
I can see them doing that. But, if he wants to play his cards right. But yeah, I'm surprised.
Who do you see
the
being
Brood
in
at
the
this
new
time
Brood?
was getting a good push. The Brood at this time was getting a good push. So I want to say that, I kind of was hoping the Brood was going to win.
Honestly, when it started off, like I didn't have the prediction because I was already started to watch the match, but I honestly wanted the Brood to win too, just being it's the Brood and I love the Brood and it's Acolytes, so they weren't even APA yet. There's no Acolyte Protection Agency. This is Ministry of Darkness Acolytes.
That's why Viscera came in and helped them for the win. This is Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, it's Ministry of Darkness. Yep, and then
it was me, Austin.
That
it was me the whole time.
That was the assist. But moving on to match 2, it was Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly.
What does everybody want? Ed!
Damn right.
What does everybody need? Ed! What does everybody love? Ed!
Yo, Al Snow and Hardcore Holly, this was a crazy fucking hardcore match, bro.
Hold on. Is it really Hardcore Holly or is it Sparky Plug?
I'm pretty sure it was Hardcore Holly.
Or Bodacious Bart.
No, I don't even know either of those. I only remember Hardcore Holly as Hardcore Holly. Sparky Plug too. But.
Sparky Plug was
long
Vince's
hair.
Creation for Hardcore Holly in 1995 and 96. The gimmick didn't work out. So they did another gimmick with him and Bart Gunn.
Yeah, I remember that.
From the Smoking Guns and turned them into the fucking WWE's version of the fucking it was a tag team managed by Jim Cornette. Oh my fucking god, why can't I fucking think of it?
I don't know, but I know I know what you're talking about. I do remember Sparky Plug, and then it was Hardcore before he shaved his head bald. He had long hair at one point.
Yeah, and then he became Bodacious. Not Bodacious, but it was somebody else. It was Bodacious Bart Gunn, and the other guy. It was WWE's version of the Midnight Express or some shit like that. I can't remember the fucking tag team. I'm gonna have to go to the Jim Cornette archives. Fuck you, Jim. I love you as a wrestling mind, but now I'm fucking losing my mind.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if this was the one down by the river, but then I'm thinking was Al Snow and Hardcore Holly that wrestled in the river, right? I think we've covered it before.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was this match or not, but I think that might have been Judgment Day 98, the last one we reviewed that I mistook for Backlash.
Get off topic for 2 seconds. How come we never got a wrestling match outside in a river or a lake, and Perry Saturn and Moppy are just there, and he's just mopping up the lake, just off camera. You just see it like in the background. They're fighting on the lake and everything. And on the far side of the lake where, it's just fucking visible, but you can't make it out. You just see Perry Saturn and Moppy just sitting there on the beach, and he's just rubbing her hair in the fucking water. Oh my God. How come nobody wrote that? How come they never did it when they did that shit with the fucking rivers and everything, throwing the titles?
In
you
the
just
river?
See Perry Saturn and Moppy.
Moppy didn't come around yet. You got to think this is 99, so this is probably Perry Saturn's WCW at this point still.
I'm just saying, how come we never got that?
They should have did something similar later on.
That right itself. You could have done like somebody throwing the title into a river, and then after the guy jumps in to get it, the guy who threw it in just looks at Perry Saturn and he's just dipping Moppy's hair in the water.
It could have been honestly, it could have been something they ran with though for a while, because you could have did that during anything. You could have did it during after people got slimed, after people got the shit dumped on them, milk, mud. He comes out to clean up. You know what I mean? They could have ran with it for a minute. Oh shit!
I know Perry Saturn hated the gimmick, but when it comes down to it, you are very famous for that gimmick, and you are beloved by a lot of fans.
You think he could have hated it more than wearing a kilt or a dress forever?
Big Vito did.
No, I'm saying, do you think Perry Saturn hated it more than fucking wearing a dress after Jericho whooped his ass and WCW made him wear that dress forever? He wore it forever, I think. Probably till he came to WWF, maybe even. I don't know. It was like a whole year, I remember he wore it.
The only match that I knew that was like that, it was Big Vito when he was in WCW, and then he came to WWE and he was running around in a dress. That's the only thing I remember.
Nah, Perry Saturn. Jericho beat Perry Saturn in WCW and made him wear a fucking dress. It was like for the entirety. I don't remember if it was like a stipulation for 1 year or for the rest of your career or something.
It sounds like a fucking Vince Russo thing.
It might have been. I don't know, but it was Chris Jericho. It was genius. Perry kept the kilt for a while, kind of like on some headbanger shit. I feel like
Vince Russo idea, Chris. If you watch the show, I don't care if you get mad.
He ain't watching us. Chris Jericho.
I tried to go to your concert here in Jones Beach. I tried to go to your concert here in Jones Beach when Year of the Locust opened up for you. And I know the band. My friend Greg, who passed away, he was best friends with the guy from Year of the Locust. And a couple of years ago, Year of the Locust opened up for Chris Jericho at Jones Beach.
Yeah, Fozzy.
They opened up for Fozzy, and they went on tour with Fozzy.
Yeah, Fozzy's pretty dope, bro.
They just came out with a new hit.
Do You Want to Start a War was like when I first moved up here in like 2014 or 14 or 15. That album just came out. First time I listened to them. Maybe.
Fozzy just released a new hit. It's on YouTube right now. Chris Jericho just put it out maybe like 2 days ago.
I bought the CD. Do You Want to Start a War? And it came with like a limited edition bandana, I think, from the band. And I get to the register at Best Buy, and the guy's like, "Yo, there's not too many bands I hate in the world, but I cannot stand this guy's voice." And I was like, it was Fozzy, but I never even listened to it. I don't know if he was dissing, if he even knew who Chris Jericho was or whatever. That was his words to me. Got in the car. Do you want to start a war?
There's two versions of Fozzy.
Well, there's two singers.
There's the version with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And when Chris Jericho was in the WWE, when he couldn't tour with Fozzy, they had the guitarist would play the other vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So which Fozzy do you like? because there's two different types. There's Chris Jericho being the lead singer,
and then there's the other
and then
guy.
there's the lead guitarist who takes over for Chris Jericho when Chris Jericho can't tour with Ozzy.
I'm pretty sure when I was looking through the CD, though, the booklet, I don't remember for sure. I gotta go back and find it. But I'm pretty sure that like certain songs, it was Chris Jericho as lead singer, and certain songs was the other lead singer. I think they just have two lead singers. No, I'm just saying, like, there was two guys, and then even they would do songs together. Like, one guy would do the background vocals while the other was going or whatever and shit like that. So, I mean, that's dope, though, to have a collaboration like that. Sometimes it's nice to have a second voice, and that's what made Linkin Park so great. You had Chester, and you had fucking, what's his name? I'm brain farting right now. The guy
I think his name was Chad.
The guy that did Fort Minor and shit. Fuck. I know it. I can't think about it right now.
He was
sure
his fucking
Fort Minor. Mike Shinoda.
He was the guy who played all the fucking piano and everything, and did all the fucking really cool sound effects for the band and everything. The guy who was like the tech guy in the band.
It was Mike Shinoda that did, I think, singing with Chester. And
didn't fucking Jack Wild play with Fort Minor for a little bit? Fucking Ozzy's guitar player.
I have no
Didn't
idea.
he play with Fort Minor for like a year?
To be honest, not gonna lie, I didn't really follow Fort Minor that much. There was like a couple hit songs that I fucked with. Remember the name?
I didn't like Fort Minor. I didn't like them.
It wasn't that I didn't like them, but they had Remember the Name. Like, this is 20% skill, 15% concentrate, like power of will. They did some shit with Busta Rhymes I fucked with. Together we made it. That might have been featuring Linkin Park, though.
You know what? Let's just get through this, and then we'll save all that for a stab. Stab episode, nothing but music.
Well, here's how our psychology works. As Tree J explained on the last podcast, we are so damn ADHD that our thoughts run astray. So last week we do a stab podcast, which is 90% fucking wrestling. This week we do a wrestling podcast that is 90% other miscellaneous shit. So yeah, that's how our minds work. All right. Okay. So yeah. One thing I wanted to say about this match, we'll wrap it up here, is this had to be pre-taped. Pre-live era taped, because they go to show a replay where Al Snow's getting thrown out of a truck, and you hear the guy like, "All right, take 5, go," or some shit, and then they throw him out, and I'm like, "Hold up, let me rewind that." And they were like, "Check out the replay, take 5, go," and he's getting thrown again.
There's an episode of Monday Night Raw where the match is going on, and you hear Michael Cole talking to Vince McMahon, and you actually hear Vince.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want me to say that?
Fucking say what you fucking say, and you're getting me pissed off. And he's like, "Okay, sir, okay." Yeah. I was laughing my ass off when I heard that shit. I was like, "Yo, am I really hearing Vince scream at him?"
No, you.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hearing Vince scream at him."
Fuck him. All right, we'll move on.
Also, there's a little tidbit with Goldust.
Yeah.
There's a promo.
Speaking of Goldust,
and you hear something over the fucking announcer's headphones. You hear, "All right, go," and then Goldust's music hits. It's like, yo, you just heard Vince McMahon just cue Goldust on stage.
Yeah. He's being the producer of the show, man. He's producing a great product. Just a couple errors here and there, but.
Bucktooth bastard.
Fucking, it's crazy you say Goldust, because speaking of Goldust, I don't know why
we are a wrestling company. Just because we have wrestling boots and wrestling tights and wrestlers who put them in them. Fucking Kevin Dunn's a fucking monkey. The only reason why Kevin Dunn still has a job is because his fucking father fucking saved the fucking WWF tapes out of fucking Vince Sr.'s car or some shit like that. I don't know. And fucking Kevin's got a job for life. Kevin, if you had this job since the fucking 90s, spend $100,000 and get rid of those 2 buck teeth you got there, you fucking Bucky Beaver motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Fuck you. Some more. Fuck you. You ruined Cody return match and return entrance to Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Fuck you, and fuck you some more, you Bucky beard mouth motherfucker. I just want to jump over this fucking thing and strangle you.
Holy shit. The rant is real. Kevin Dunn coming for you, motherfucker. Ooh, I'm going to get some heartburn because I'm going to start regurgitating this Gatorade in a moment. All that red 40 and blue yellows 15 and shit. What is it?
I turned your Gatorade?
Red 40. I guessed it
fucking
right.
Gatorade.
I just guessed it right. F, D, and C, red 40, kid. I was just going to throw a random number out there. Yellow 15. Blue 22. Sit. Hike. Speaking of water boy. Blue 52. Blue 52. That's where it begins. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Where's Captain Insano? Where the fuck you at? Lower that and auto-tune it.
All right, continue the match before I go on another fucking Kevin Dunn rant.
All right, so we got
another one that made Jim Cornette's about to come out of me.
So speaking of, we got Goldust with the Blue Meanie who comes out versus the Godfather for the IC title. I predicted Godfather, but it was funny because we were talking earlier today about the Death Valley Driver. Didn't even realize that was one of his moves. But Blue Meanie says, for all the men that want to be me and all the girls that came to see me, are you ready for the grind? And I don't know whose slogan he stole there. It sounded remixed, but
it was Sable's.
Oh yeah, Sable's. Okay, no wonder it brings me there. So he said,
"Wait, hold on."
He's like, "I'd rather
see." Is this the oddities? Shut up! Is this the oddities?
No, this is Blue Meanie and Goldust versus Godfather.
Blue Dust versus Goldust. Okay.
Well, they're not versing.
I just want to make sure.
It's versus Godfather, but yeah, you're right. It's Sable because then I have JR said, I'd rather see Sable grind, quite frankly. But then my man King steps in and said, I'd rather see the hoes. Godfather's music comes out. Let me tell you, bro, these hoes are pretty hot. This is a stacked hoe train. For this paper.
He probably went down to the local fucking strip club and grabbed like 20 of the hottest bitches and was like, each one of you is going to get $200. Let's go.
Long way from who was he as Nation of Domination? What was his name? Started with K. Chemo.
Hold on.
Kama. He was
Papa Shango. Then he was Commander Karma. Then he was the Godfather.
What about Kama from the? Wasn't he in the as Kama?
Commander Kama, yes, Commander Kama. That's what he came in originally as, and then they dropped the Commander and just put it as Kama.
All right, it's a stacked train. The powder backfires on Goldie. It's funny because he's actually taken out. He does fucking Shattered Dreams to Blue Meanie because JR says, he's Ray Charles here. Like he couldn't see because the powder backfired in his face, whatever, da-da-da. We see a Death Valley Driver, a.k.a. the FU, a.k.a. what else?
The Attitude Adjustment, and also a Fireman's Carry.
All right, so something like that. And then, so Godfather took it. Going on.
Oh, in the ring.
At this point, we got Al Snow in the bathroom, bloodied and battered with his Job Squad shirt on, and he starts arguing with Head, and he's just like, what do you mean? And he's like, what hand I pinned him with or whatever, and he's like, the one I was holding you with. And then, so she's like pretty much saying like, ahem. And now I think this is going to lead to a later storyline where she's like, I'm the real hardcore champ. You're not even the real champ. And he's having these conversations, classic Al Snow. He just wanted Head, bro. Match 4, we got New Age Outlaws.
One of the best gimmicks of the 90s.
What happened?
Head was one of the best gimmicks of the 90s.
100%, without a doubt. We got New Age Outlaws.
Everybody loves that.
Everybody does. Now I know what I gotta get, bro. I gotta get Head and put my Buff Bagwell hat on top of fucking Head on the shelf. Damn it!
No, Buff Bagwell.
Holy shit!
Be like, yo, Head likes Buff Bagwell's hat so much he had to put it on.
Buff Daddy gets a lot of Head. That's on a t-shirt, Buff. With Head. Collaborate with Al Snow over there at, what is it, Broken Collar Elbow Academy.
Do it, Buff. You're the stuff.
But
you're a natural born thriller.
Fucking moving on. We got New Age Outlaws and Road Dogg and Billy Gunn versus Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart at this time with Deborah. She was fire. Skimpy outfit. In my words, this would be something defined by Joe Rogan as a vagina curtain or whatever the fuck, because that shit was like, you could see like almost the fatness of her lips, but it was just like right there. I was like, okay,
it was camel toe.
Deborah, fucking ass is hanging out, whatever.
No, admit it. It was one of those sexy '90s camel toe that women back then could get away with.
They were all wearing crazy shit. Chyna was wearing crazy shit that was fucking hot, and she came out with Triple H and like some assless chaps. But we'll get to that.
Chyna was not back then, my opinion.
So what we get right here is, they're going back and forth, whatever. It's a great match, obviously. It's for the tag team title championships. Road Dogg and Billy come out. He spits his, and soon to be tag team champions of the world. So I predicted that they were going to win off the rip because I said, if he's saying that, it's going to happen. It happened, but it was like, dude, it was a famouser from the sharpshooter. Like, he had Road Dogg, Owen had him in the sharpshooter, had Road Dogg, and then Billy Gunn just came up with the famouser, like, in the sharpshooter. It was pretty dope ending.
That's pretty sick. I'm honestly not gonna lie. Something like that would actually pique my interest in a match also.
Mr. Assman. But between both of them, obviously that match was going crazy to see the puppies, like Deborah's puppies. So even when she did step up, it was like the crowd's going for Deborah 90% of the time. Half the signs in the crowd say we want puppies and shit. Like, this was when King started popping this shit off heavy with Deborah, was like puppies.
They were still allowing girls to lift their fucking shirts up live on Raw.
But she didn't do it yet. I mean, she didn't get a chance to do it yet, but we probably would have seen a little something. But next up, we're just running through this till we get to the last two matches. We got a Boiler Room, Mankind versus Big Show. I predicted Mankind because this is kind of his fucking element.
Because that's his match.
All day.
That's his match.
I feel like maybe I've seen him lose one before, but not too many. Usually he's a crazy son of a bitch.
With the Undertaker.
But also
Undertaker beat him in the first ever Broiler Room match.
Okay. Because I was going to say, he's that type of guy that even if he loses one, he's just laying there sick and twisted.
The first Broiler Room match was before the first Hell in a Cell where Undertaker threw Mankind off of it. It was before that. It was already in the beginning of their rivalry. Like Hell in a Cell was kind of like the tipping point of their rivalry.
He'd be like, let me tell you how many years I've suffered in this Boiler Room, Taker. You think you can take the life out of me? I can't even take the life out of myself.
All I had was this rat in order to keep me company. Why?
Stop pulling the hair. But okay, so we got Taker winning that.
This is real. This isn't fake. I'm really doing it.
This is real pain. Fucking okay, so 6, we got X-Pac versus Corporate Triple H. When the music played, I didn't even know who the fuck was coming out. Apparently it was Corporate Triple H. And it was like, have I heard burner? Burn, sounded like the regular fucking show music. I was like, that didn't even sound corporate to me. Should have just came out to No Chance in Hell with Vinnie Mac. I mean, come on. But he's with Chyna. Whatever. She's with Chyna. Chyna does look pretty bad at this point, bro. She got the assless chaps on, beautiful legs, ass is hanging out. I thought you just told me you said Chyna was hot at one point.
At one point, when she re-debuted in 2008 in TNA, she looked a lot better.
I don't know. I feel like the older she got more like the man, like that people always said, oh, she looked like a man. She looked like a man. I was like, yeah, maybe when she was older and shit, but when she was with Hunter, when she was young, I feel like she was bad as shit.
See her re-debut in TNA in 2008 as Kurt Angle's tag team partner against Karen Jarrett, who is Kurt Angle's ex-wife, and Jeff Jarrett. And she is totally different. She doesn't have the muscles no more. She actually looks like a real woman.
She didn't just have like a whole lot of work done, though?
Just her face. That was it. But everything else about her was all natural. She didn't have the muscles anymore. She looked like a regular fucking
I was always a woman guy, though, and like she always had an ass. She always had a jiggly ass. And it proves in this match.
Legs. She's always had nice legs, but when it came to her actual body definition, no. Back then, no. When she re-debuted in 2008, she actually looked a lot better. The upper body looked a lot better. She wasn't as so muscly defined. You know, like when she did this, you saw the muscles.
Yeah.
But when she was just standing there, it wasn't like she was in the 90s to where that, like she was jacked.
Hunter liked bodybuilders, though.
She actually looked like Stephanie McMahon. That's how normal she looked.
Wow, that's a big comparison. I have to go see now, but But I'm thinking like Hunter liked bodybuilders. He wanted someone like that.
When she left in 2001, she was built built. She was jacked. She came back in TNA in '08. She looked like Stephanie McMahon, just with Stephanie's body. Yeah. The tits, the nice legs, the good looking upper body, but China had the shit done on her face.
Yeah, well, I've watched the porn. I'm not gonna say I haven't watched like One Night in China and She-Hulk and shit and all the porn that she's been in. Like, I've definitely searched her on the hub. You know what I'm saying? Any wrestling fan would have seen them all. Sonny, Page, you name it. If it was WWF, WWE, WCW, Sonny, whatever,
China as She-Hulk was fucking awesome. I don't understand why that she couldn't even get the role. No, I'm being serious. How come she couldn't get the role as She-Hulk for the movies?
Because I'm not thinking I see her as She-Hulk, dog. I'm thinking I see her as Diana, bro. To me, she's Wonder Woman, the Amazonian, built like it, protector, fucking. She should be Wonder Woman.
She could have been a couple of fucking Marvel or DC.
A couple, absolutely. Wonder Woman at the top.
Wonder Woman definitely at the top. I could definitely see her being She-Hulk. Yep. I could definitely see her being fucking the fucking girl that fucking Karen Gillan plays in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue chick who ends up having the love affair with fucking Batista. I can't remember her name.
So I don't know. I don't know who the actor's name is, or I remember Gamora is the green one. I don't remember the blue one.
The blue one's her sister.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't remember the name like that. But,
neither do I. I know the actress who played her. The actress is Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan played in Doctor Who. That's how I know.
Let's take a little trip down memory lane for a show that we haven't played in a while, but we played on one of our earlier episodes of Wrestling with Time of who would play that character. Who would play China in a fucking real live action Hollywood movie that's around today? We'd have to start looking at the bodybuilding division and see where these women are stacked at. Because
it's the internet. I have to say this because it's the internet and I want views. So I'm not going to anger the YouTube god who is the cunt Susan Wojcicki.
I don't even know who that is.
She is the CEO or vice president of YouTube, and her name is Susan Wojcicki, and she is a massive cunt.
Salute to her for creating YouTube. Thank you for YouTube, Susan Wojcicki. You are great.
She's just a CEO or a fucking VIP. The guy who created YouTube were brothers. The first video was created by the creator of him at the zoo.
Starting to get dark.
Because this is the internet, I want my views back. I'm not bowing to the woke mob. I just want my views back. And this will actually piss off the woke liberals anyway, because it works in their favor, but they hate the fact that she's a conservative. Olympic gold winning Caitlyn Jenner.
She's a conservative for real?
She's a contributor for Fox News.
Wow.
She was at the last CPAC in Texas and she spoke.
She goes to show you how much I follow politics.
She ran for conservative governor in the recall election against Gavin Newsom in California. South Park might have something on their hands.
With what?
When Donald Trump was running for president in 2016, in South Park, they paired Mr. Garrison with Caitlyn Jenner, and they became president and vice president. How would it be just so... I'm just speaking out loud.
Tom Trevor's Jericho voice.
How weird would it be? I'm just saying because I know it would never happen. Donald Trump as president and Caitlyn Jenner as your fucking vice president. There you go. Piss everybody off.
Yeah, it would be insane. That would be fucking bizarre.
Because South Park called that in 2016.
How about we just get a thing like this, get a still screenshot like this, and then we post that as our thumbnail? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. can play, is one of the top 3 people that I see.
All right, we shall see in time.
One,
we got to save this for a stab. Save this for a stab.
Trans, so we're going to have a trans autobiography, which, if you're a fucking retard, most people would have said that, oh, she looks trans back in the 90s. She's a transvestite. So what better way to have somebody who was called a transvestite throughout her wrestling career and actually have a real tranny play it? Fuck you.
Oh, holy shit. Wait, you're saying have who play China?
Caitlyn fucking Jenner.
Oh my God. Like I was listening, and then you were like, someone who's been called it their entire career, be played by, and then you dropped it, and I said, hold up, is he really saying what I think he is? But isn't she kind of old though? She's older. How old
Makeup
is she?
Hey.
I mean, Hollywood could do magic, but I mean, I'm saying with the face, but I'm saying
Dr. Octopus, Alfred Molina, is 70 years old.
Yeah, and they made him
look like he was 40.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's enough footage of China out there that they could do some crazy shit now.
Like she's 30 or 40 years younger.
All right, so we're saying Caitlyn Jenner as China.
You liberal fucking woke tards. Now the real answer would probably be Gal Gadot. I'm being honest. The actual Wonder Woman now could be, could do the autobiography for China.
She's kind of too small, though. She's kind of on the thin side. She's hot as fuck. Don't get me wrong.
It doesn't matter. She can gain the weight. She would only have to gain about 30.
That's why they had her play fucking Wonder Woman, because they were like, China should have did this role, and China's not here to do it, so let's give it to this girl that's the next best China.
Exactly. So why not have Gal Gadot do China in a fucking autobiography? And not do China in that sense, even though that would be pretty fucking hot, but not do China in that sense.
Yeah, we don't need to see like the post wrestling career.
I don't need to see Wonder Woman eating Wonder.
Like her main, like you could end it at like her main goal. What would you say her main goal in the career was? Being the first intercontinental champion woman?
Being the first bodybuilding woman to be WWE Women's Champion, which she did win the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 17.
But she won the championship? Okay. All right. Wait, the Women's Championship, though.
Yes.
But I'm saying, being the first intercontinental champion as a woman.
I was just about to say, she's the only women's intercontinental champion in history.
In my opinion, that's like mid-tier. Like, you're almost that top card. Like, that's how much they thought about you to put in
Originally, it was supposed to be China versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam with Jesse Ventura refereed the match. It was supposed to be China versus Stone Cold because China won the match for the #1 contendership during that tournament. She won.
Yeah.
The original plan was China versus Stone Cold for the title.
That would have been crazy.
And China was going to win.
That would have been
They were going to put the win on China.
That'd be some insane shit to see, though. Take a time machine in a parallel universe somewhere along the way. But okay, so let's just wrap this match up, yo. Kane comes out and they go funny. It's second woman to break Kane's heart. So I'm thinking, who's the first? Okay, Tori, duh. But he's coming out, I guess, to help X-Pac.
China, this is when Kane was DX.
Yeah, like I said, China's ass is all out and fucking. He chokeslams Triple H, probably one of the best chokeslams ever. Triple H sold it great. It was like held. It had good sustain, like he held it up there a minute. Then he does China, fucking, and then X-Pac hits 2 Bronco Busters, one on Triple H that wakes him up. They said, not Shane's Bronco Buster, I think King said. Then he runs over to the other, gives China one. By the time he gets up, Hunter kicks him. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3. It's over there. Fucking next up.
Shane McMahon. Fun little fact. Shane McMahon was trained by Bruce Pritchard's brother, Dr. Tom Pritchard of the Fantastics.
Dr. Doom? What was it? Dr. Death? No,
he was trained by Dr. Tom Pritchard, Bruce Pritchard's brother.
Okay. Shane McMahon.
Well, fun little fact.
Okay.
And then the rest of his training was done by Pete Gas and everybody from the Mean Street Posse, which were his best friends.
Yeah. Well, they probably fucked around backyard wrestling just like we all did back in the day, and they just really took it serious. But next up, we got Shamrock versus Taker with Shane McMahon as referee. Oh wait, no, not yet.
I watched the Broken Skull sessions with Bubba Ray Dudley yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He tells the Shane McMahon story that he told on TMZ.
Yeah.
He tells the story that, Shane used to party a lot back then when he was younger. And one night, Shane hung out with me and Spike Dudley. We were drinking and getting, smoking and doing everything. And we're driving on the road and Spike Dudley's sitting in the back and I'm driving and Shane's in the drop passenger seat. So Shane's like, you know what would be great? We'll prank call my dad right now.
Yeah, I did this before.
I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, it's 3 a.m. Your dad's sleeping. And he goes, the fuck are you talking about? My dad sleeps for 2 hours and that's it. He's up right now. He's at the gym. So he calls him and Spike Dudley takes the phone and he goes, who is this? He's like, it was Vince McMahon. And he goes, no, it's not. It's like, if it's Vince McMahon, then I want you to smoke weed with me, Vince, because I don't believe you. And he goes, Spike? And Spike threw the fucking phone at the fucking windshield of the fucking car and it shattered in a million pieces.
He knew who it was, man. You think he don't know who you is working for you? Before social media, Vince knew what your fucking MySpace was.
Spike was so fucked up. Spike was so fucked up that he thought Shane McMahon called, like one of the fucking Mean Street Posse guys, and it was a rib. And then the next morning, Vince McMahon just looks at all three of them, and fucking Spike and Bubba Ray got yelled at because he was hanging out with Shane.
Shane O'Mac. Here comes the money. Well, fucking let's rock it. We got like 8 minutes before this one comes, so let's do Shamrock versus Taker, crazy match. I predicted Taker because I figure Shamrock's trying to get Taker to tap. Honestly, this match started, bro. We got "We Want Ryan" chants off the rip. It's a crazy long match, not gonna lie. It goes a ton of back and forth, ankle lock over and over and over until Shamrock tried the tombstone, reversed 1, 2, 3. What a war, JR. 100% agree. Taker got his ass beat though. Shamrock did a lot in this match. The Taker.
Shamrock,
like they really
didn't. Shamrock didn't know back then whether to go, how to stage it because he's a legitimate fighter.
He was kicking.
He's a legitimate fighter. I still believe to this day that two of the most badass fucking people to ever enter the WWE after being in UFC is fucking Steve Blackman and goddamn fucking Ken Shamrock. I love Brock
and they've had great matches together, bro. So Blackman and Shamrock have had fucking wars in the ring. That fucking Lions Den match,
UFC match,
yeah,
and that's what they do. They were legitimate fighters.
I heard that's why they got rid of Shamrock initially, was hurting superstars.
Yeah, he kept breaking everybody. He kept breaking everybody's ankles.
Those fucking leg kicks too. But it was a war.
To the face.
But yeah, Taker's almost like after this match is over, he's like, holy shit, I feel like I was 55 wrestling at fucking WrestleMania 37 against AJ Styles for a minute. Like, I'm tired.
Shamrock's a bad motherfucker. Ken Shamrock invented the match called the Lions Den match in WWE. They only had one of them. It was in 1990. I want to say.
Taker was so legendary at this point, though.
Lions Den match. I want to say that was.
It had to be 97, 98, 99, around that era.
I was thinking like 96, 97. And the first ever Lions Den match in the WWE was Ken Shamrock versus Owen Hart.
Ooh, I got to go back and see that. But Ken Shamrock, that was like his kind of match.
Well, the Lions Den match, it was a ring that was in the shape of a metal ball like you would see at like the circus with the motorcycles in it and everything. That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was. You're right, 100%. But still, it was badass, though.
Shamrock versus Owen Hart, and they put on a 20-minute classic in that bitch.
Fucking
You want to drop a sponsor right here and we come back for the main event, or you want to wrap the main event and then we wrap the sponsor?
No, I think the sponsor can get in right now.
All right.
Today's sponsor is brought to you in part by Gilbert Gottfried and Dr. Squatch's Soap. Now, if you want ladies to make sure you're looking fine and sexy so you can get your balls licked, then get Dr. Squatch today. It'll turn them on faster than you putting on the radio channel with white noise. Get your certain smells and flavors like Alaskan breeze, which makes it feel like it's a fresh falls. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. My prompter is too low and my eyes are wide shut like a party. 15%. Click the link down below, and I promise the next time a sponsor comes on here, he'll have a much more deeper voice.
That's the spirit.
Back to Rocket Power, how we opened last episode. That was great. But hold up, let's wrap this in like 4 minutes. So this way, it's coming up on 56. Let's wrap this. So this way, we can do this. I'm sure it does. Yo, we got Stone Cold versus The Rock. Always a fucking war in the ring. This is Backlash 99. I'm pretty sure we've covered this on just the one segment in it earlier on in earlier shows, but maybe not. Maybe who knows? Fucking, we talk about wrestling so much, bro, even off the record, even if it's not on a podcast, we don't even know anymore. But Austin comes out, he's automatically opening up that fresh can of whoop ass. You know how it goes down. They're fucking the whole setup. He rolls the thing into The Rock, and King goes like, watch out, drunk driving. You know, The Rock hits him back with it, whatever. They just said after a record-setting WrestleMania, so this had to be WrestleMania 15, 99. I'm thinking, yeah. Rock bottom through the table. Boop, boop, boop. You know, The Rock starts commentating on his match as usual. The Rock gets the cam a little bit later on. He says, this is for you, you piece of redneck trash. Take this with you. He's showing the crowd turned around. Austin 316 with a stunner through the table. Vince comes out and like returns fucking Austin's belt. Shane's thinking like 1, 2, fuck you, I'm gone. Daddy-O comes out and says, I'm going to show you the big Mac attack. 1, 2, 3. Austin takes it. This is also closing out the show where Vince put Stephanie in the limo, and this is where Taker kidnapped Steph, and we close out with that. We're getting Stephanie's sacrifice coming up very shortly, where
Austin 316 comes to the rescue.
Am I right? Wrong?
But it was me, Austin. It was me.
You know why? You know what? You know what? Now that I'm thinking about the storyline and the way it's set up like that, I'm like, Vince is literally Vince.
It was the worst storyline ever designed.
I'm like, Vince is literally putting her in the limo, like keep her safe, this, that, the third. Wait till I come back, and then all of a sudden he's back out there, and they're like, Stephanie's getting kidnapped, and Vince McMahon has no idea. Jr. or maybe Jr. said it. I don't remember, but I was just like, oh, he has an idea. He told her to stay in there. The ministry comes out looking for it, but we'll get to that another time. We got 2 minutes. You want to wrap anything? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, motherfucker. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Check out Dr. Fauci on TikTok. Go to Dr. Fauci from his garage. Latest episode is still, we talk about Beagles and how I came back to the CCP. But a new video will be up sometime this week, maybe in the next couple of weeks. Dr. Fauci made an appearance. We might have to put new masks on, people. Get the update from Dr. Fauci over on TikTok.
Buff Bagwell did say he was going to make some new masks, and I'm thinking, Buff, that's a waste of merchandising. But however, if we do go back to the old guidelines, you need to wear one of these bitches in public all over again. You might want to get yourself a Buff Daddy mask. But this has been another Buff Bagwell Backlash episode and a bunch of other shit thrown in here. A little bit of political wrestling with time. This is episode 17, Wrestling with Time and the Tree W-O. Wait for that. That's going to be something I'll talk to you about later. You didn't even know about it. I thought about it while I was shitting on the toilet today. So we need a new logo, and we need Time and the Tree W-O. And we're going to work on it. So let's go. Catch y'all next time. Tune in for Stab episode 12. And you can be like Farmer Fran after Captain Asano comes back. When Bobby Boucher is running that touchdown, AEW, you pass up on that storyline, you're sorry sacks of shit.
You can do it! You can do it all night long!
I think I'm gonna go do it. Yeah.